I just arrived at the Conche studio and I'm about to learn how to make macarons today. If you've ever had a macaron or heard about them, you might know that they are very, very difficult to make, but we're about to learn from the best on how to make them today.
30
things to do before you turn 30.
Oh yeah.
We're almost 30.
Welcome to the Conche studio. The Conche chocolate and cake studio.
Oh wow, are these macarons?
Sure are. All made in-house.
Are they so easy to make?
It depends. When you understand what you're doing, you ready to learn how to make them?
Yeah.
Alright, come on back. We are going to be making French-style macarons. A macaron is actually just 4 ingredients. So we have our almond flour mixed in with our confectionery sugar. We have our egg whites that are already room temperature and granulated sugar. So I'm going to demo one batch and then Dave is going to be making his own and we'll see who's nicer at the end. So the first thing you start with is the room temperature egg whites. And I'm just gonna add that into our KitchenAid and we're gonna start making our meringue. I always whip my meringues on low speed, and the reason for that is we want to create really small air bubbles rather than larger air bubbles, because as we start to fold our mix, larger air pockets are going to burst, whereas the smaller ones are going to stay stable. So it's always important that we're making the most stable meringue. So I whip my meringues until they're completely foamy and no more liquid is left. Then we're ready to start adding our sugar. It's important that you don't add your sugar too soon because sugar is a liquefier. So if you add all of your sugar too fast or all at once in the beginning, it's going to create a really heavy mix and it's not going to aerate as nicely. Once my sugar is fully added, I turn my mixer up just one more notch. Once my meringue is almost fully whipped, we're ready to start adding the color. I use a gel-based color to go into the meringue. So I'm gonna stop. I'll add my color. So our meringue is finished. To test the peak of your meringue, you're looking for the slightest curve is a soft medium peak, and we know now we're ready for... No, you go like this. And then, okay. And you need more.
Needs to be mixed more. Now.
Well, it's not really tested. You don't want to grab this much. With your spatula, you're going to transfer it into the bigger bowl. Alright, then we're going to grab our almond flour and confectionery sugar. I usually add mine in 3 to 4 amounts. So you're going to sprinkle in your first amount. And then you're going to start to fold. You want to fold rather than mix, and the reason for that is a meringue is mostly air. So if we start mixing this, we're bursting all of that air structure that we just created. So you're going to see it's going to start to thicken up. This is the most important step in making the macaron.
So like a third? Well, it's like cheese. It's not like I mean, I don't know that I even know how to fold.
You fold in the cheese then.
So once it's almost fully mixed, the batter should flow like wet sand. So mine still needs a little bit more mixing. And you don't want to mix anymore. So see how it's slowly flowing? No, that's perfect. It's slowly flowing into itself. So now we're going to fill our piping bag. Pour your batter. Look at all that wasted batter. Alright, now we're ready to pipe. So we have our macaroon mats that has the sizing for you. I usually pipe to the first line and then it spreads to the second. So you want to hold it directly over the center and then you start to squeeze. And then wrap it.
Oh wow, it's already started. Oh heavens. Oops.
So once it's completely piped out, we're going to tap them. It's going to help the batter spread. And it's also going to get out all the air bubbles. And then we're going to let these dry for 30 minutes to an hour. I mean, I'm so impressed. It's not as easy to get the perfectly round shape.
This one came out.
Yeah, so did that one. They're probably ready to bake. So how to tell if your macaroons are ready to bake or not is you want to just lightly touch and you'll notice there's a skin and they're dry on top. So these are ready to go into the oven. How much are you loving this? That yours came out nicer than mine.
I mean, I guess call it good instructions.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Really
Perfect.
came out good.
The student becomes the master. Something went wrong here. I think it was when I was waiting for you. You're taking so long to whip yours. Mine was a little over whipped and not the best, but these are beautiful. So you're just gonna lift it off the mat and then start matching them up to make the sandwiches. And then I do,
Slipped right
I
on.
know, you can even just like,
Oh wow. What happens when you make a perfect one?
all right, so we're gonna use the salted caramel soft center. So we need to pipe a barrier of buttercream using Italian buttercream. And then you're just gonna pipe a ring around. And then we'll fill in the center.
Like that.
Perfect again.
Professional.
I like to have a little sprinkle of molten salt.
Oh wow, yours are already done.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So then what, you just put this lid on?
So when you put them on, I just kind of slightly twist so that all your filling comes to the edge.
Wow. These really came out good.
I mean, they're beautiful. I would sell these up front.
Wow.
I mean, look at those
Yeah.
feet.
This one's real good. It's probably my
Is that
best
your
one.
best one? All right.
Wow.
Shall we try them? Shall we dig in?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Wow.
So good.
Very, very good.
So, what did you think of your first macaroon class?
I mean, obviously, practically professional here. So one class in, you'll know how to make them perfectly. Definitely come down to the Conche studio in Sterling if you're in Northern Virginia. It means I can't miss.
So, if you also want to learn how to make macaroons, check out all of our classes. Because I don't want to be giving away all of our class secrets. We have 2 macaroon classes a month, as well as chocolate making classes, pies and tarts, and eclairs. And you can find all of the tickets online on our Eventbrite page, or give us a call. Hope to see you guys soon.
I mean, yeah, they look just like Oreos. It's like an orange Oreo. That's just what I said. I should make blacks.